Welcome. Scott here. Today I am bringing you another Black Clover mobile video guide on Season 8 Bingo Board event. To fill up the bingo board, you need to do the missions listed on the board. Upon completing the board you will get 15 summon tickets and lots of good important rewards like legendary enchantment stone summon chest, black crystals, and gear substats changing stones. Here is the full list of the missions that you need to complete. 1. Clear the Evergreen Forest Stage 15 one time. 2. Clear Memory Hall 15 times. 3. Clear Advanced Gear Dungeon 10 times. 4. Attempt to salvage a skill page 50 times. 5. Change gear substats 10 times. 6. Clear Memory Hall Colorless Mage, the Fire Engulfer Stage 1. 7. Craft 3 Accessory Upgrade Stone. 8. Disassemble Gear 100 times. 9. Clear Limited Challenge 20 times. 10. Acquire 1 SSR Mage. 11. Clear Dungeon 100 times. 12. Play in Arena 70 times. The ones that highlighted in red required special attention. For Mission 1, you need tackle the Evergreen Forest last stage, which is stage 15. For Mission 2, you can choose any Memory Hall missions to tackle to complete it. For Mission 9, you can just do the daily limited challenge quest. We have 2 new events, special episode and world events. Do all of them and you can easily meet this requirement. For Mission 11 and 12, you will complete them easily over the course of gameplay if you play the game regularly. Please do note that fighting in the event arena, real-time arena or the arena beta don't count to the total arena clears. For the rest of the missions, I will discuss more about them in the subsequent slides. For Mission 3, you need to clear the Advanced Gear Dungeon 10 times. The Advanced Gear Dungeon can be accessed directly via Challenge main menu. It is a separate menu besides the normal and limited challenge. Special gear can be obtained in the Advanced Gear Dungeon. You can obtain a special gear selection chest as a reward upon clearing the Advanced Gear Dungeon a fixed number of times. You can enter by selecting one of the 3 dungeon stages, and there is a limit to the number of daily clears. Once you clear the selected stage, you can continue playing the same stage for that day, and you cannot select another stage after reset time. To enter a certain stage for the second or third time, you must consume more stamina than the stamina you consumed for the first time you entered. The first attempt will cost you 30 stamina. The second attempt will cost you 50 stamina. The third and final attempt will cost you 100 stamina. Due to each run costs a lot of stamina, you will get a guaranteed LR gear when you cleared the stage. There are 2 gear sets in each dungeon. Unlike the standard gear dungeon, you cannot use dispatch. So you really need to establish farming teams to clear these stages. Usually a mono team comp will works for the stage. For example, you can use a mono blue team comp for the advanced power dungeon. You can use a mono green team comp for the advanced technique dungeon while a mono red team comp for the advanced sense dungeon. I will be releasing a guide on the dungeons and the gear sets that are found in the dungeon. So look forward to that. For Mission 4, you need to attempt to salvage skill page 50 times. To get skill pages for salvaging, you need to make use of the Friendship Summon. To summon on the Friendship Summon, you need to use Friendship Points. Friendship Points are obtained via gifts from your friend mages or using an assisting mage. Please do note that you are limited to 5 assisting mages per day. So the best way to get the Friendship Points is by gifting, and hopefully your friends gift you back. The Friendship Summon will nav you the generic skill pages. Sometimes if you are lucky, you can get SSR grade generic skill pages. The skill page to look out for is the Breath of Darkness, Breath of Fire, Moonlight Necklace, and the Adventure Journal skill page. So what to do with the R and SR skill pages? You can salvage them into minerals and use those minerals in the skill page salvage exchange center for summon tickets or better grade skill page summon tickets. For Mission 5, you need to change a gear substats 10 times. To change a gear substats, you need to meet the following criteria:
the gear must be fully upgraded to its maximum limit. LR gear needs to reach LR plus 12 while UR gear needs to reach LR plus 8. As these stones are ultra rare resources, I would highly recommend you to use them when you get the ideal gear pieces. To know what the ideal gear pieces to use for which type of mage, I suggest you to watch my gear set. Equip the correct gear set that gives you the correct gear synergy will give you a significant advantage to clear content and excel in PvP. Now, where can we get these substats changing stones? When the game is in the early stages, these are ultra rare rewards. With Season 6 update, getting these materials becomes a lot easier. You can get substats changing stone by completing and meeting mission criteria in squad-based events like Squad Boss or participate in Squad Arena. You can buy them at the shop under the general section. You can get 2 substats changing stone at 50 black crystal per day. Subsequent purchases within the same day will cost more crystal. For free to play, it is important to save your black crystals to fund your summons. So I won't recommend you getting them via this method. The main method that you can get substats changing stone is by completing limited time events like Bingo Board. Complete Mission 3, Mission 7, and Mission 11 will get you 10 normal rare substats changing stone. The other method is via purchasing them at the Gear Exchange Shop, a new feature that has been added from Season 6 onwards. The Gear Exchange Shop will allows you to get a normal substats changing stone for 100 Light of Dust, limited to 10 purchases per week. You can get 1 substats changing stone for 200 Light of Dust, limited to 5 purchase per week. If you have spending power, you can buy chests from limited shop or premium black crystal where you use real money. So you can see getting them is ultra rare. My advice is that you stockpile them and use them when you have lots of substats changing stone and enchantment stones before you start to reroll to the desired substats. The rationale for the stockpile is that you don't want to run into situation that you reroll in non-optimal substats for your mage's gear. For example, rolling to magic attack stats for Black Asta. Enchant substats holds the primary keys to boost your mage combat power. Please do note that substats changing stone for gear cannot be used for accessory and vice versa. So what is the difference between the grade of substat changing stones? The normal substat changing stone will allow you reroll all substats on the gear. The next grade, substat changing stone will allows you to lock 1 substats while reroll the other substats. The highest grade, Epic substats changing stone will allow you to lock 2 substats while to rerolling the substats. The results are random and subject to RNG. You will take a long time to get the substats that you want. That is why it is always advisable that you have stockpiled ample of them before you undertake a reroll exercise. To reroll a substats on a fully upgraded gear, select the gear piece and choose Growth menu. Select the Change Substats option. Select the substat stone that you want to use. The higher the grade of substat changing stone, the more substats you are able to lock, thus giving you a better chance of better rolls. Lock the substats that you want. You can click on Change Substat to change the substat one by one, or you can use the Auto Change function to select the desired set of substats you want. You will probably ask, what is the ideal substats for the mage? The answer is that it depends. You need to have an understanding of the mage role and kit before you determine what is the ideal substat you should reroll for a mage. Generally, if the mage is an attacker or have mechanics that scales of their attack or magic attack, the optimal substats to target attack %, magic attack %, critical rate %, and critical damage %. If the mage is be deployed for his or her uli in terms of support buffs or debuffs, you should go for defense %, HP %, critical resistance %, and 1 offensive substat for the mage. If you want to know what substats to target, I will usually cover them under the gear section of my mage build guides. For Mission 6, you need to clear Memory Hall Colorless Mage, the Fire Engulfer Stage 1. To access the stage, you need to clear Chapter 11. The stage will be tough if your character are at low BP level.
You should be able to clear this easily if you have been building your mages correctly. If you are new and don't have Black Asta or Mars stage requirement, you most probably will be struggling to access this stage. My advice is that you can choose Clover Academy Noelle from the gateway and use her to apply barrier block on Ladros with her skill 1. She can also convert all Ladros burn continuous instances damage into heals with her skill 2. The general strategy will depends on whether you have these two key mages, Black Asta and Mars. If you have Black Asta and no Mars, you can just select friend Mars as assisting mage. Once anti-magic activated, have Black Asta nuke Ladros. If you have Mars but don't have Black Asta, you can bring your own Mars while selecting a Black Asta friend. The hard part will happens when you don't have both Mars and Black Asta. You will be forced to select a friend Mars as he is required to do the battle. So you can either use Clover Academy Noelle or bring barrier removal units like Mirioliana, Clover Academy Asta, Clover Academy Yami, Clover Academy Fuego Leon etc. Likewise, you can also use barrier block with Clover Academy Noelle or using Spirit Dive Uno or Party William. For the strategy to work with other two mages, you will need their skill page to work. For mission 7, you need to craft 3 accessory upgrade stone. To craft both gear and accessory upgrade stone, you can approach Vanessa in the hideout. Just talk to her and choose craft upgrade stone. To craft the accessory upgrade stone, you need to get accessory upgrade stone powder. This powder material can be obtained by Disassemble Gear or accessories. If you do your gear farming regularly, you probably will amass a huge amount of powder already. You can also get powder via completing missions listed under the feats missions. With the merge accessory function introduced, I would suggest you to save your SSR grade accessory for merge accessory feature instead of disassembling them for accessory upgrade stone powder. To craft a lesser accessory upgrade stone, you need 30 accessory stone powder. You need use these stones to bring your accessory to LR+4. To craft an accessory upgrade stone, you need 60 accessory stone powder. You need to use these stones to bring your accessory to LR+8. To craft a rare accessory upgrade stone, you need 90 accessory stone powder. You need to use these stones to bring your accessory to LR+12. So what grade of stones you should target? The obvious one is the highest grade. However, if you have just started and your gear pieces are limited, you can target to craft 3 lesser accessory upgrade stone to meet the bingo board mission criteria for the time being. For mission 8, you need Disassemble Gear 100 times. To access the Disassemble menu, you need to talk to Vanessa in the hideout. Due to introduction of the gear exchange shop, disassembling gear has become an important process in powering up your mages. Lots of new players will ask how much gear grinding they need to do. My answer is that you need to do until you have accumulated enough light of dust that you can clear the gear exchange shop every week. Yes. I repeat. You need to target to clear the shop every week. You can exchange light of dust for LR summon chests, advanced gear pieces, or LR accessory chest, and substats changing stone. Failure to do so will hamper your account progress. Currently the toughest stage of endgame PvE fights like part 6 of the recent Plechidna raid are designed with gear transcendence in mind. Each LR gear has 4 levels of gear transcendence. To transcend a gear, you will need multiple copies of the same gear piece. To transcend a gear to level 1, you need another gear piece of the same gear and 100,000 Yul. To transcend a gear to level 2, you need 2 additional gear pieces of the same gear and 200,000 Yul. To transcend a gear to level 3, you need 3 additional gear pieces of the same gear and 300,000 Yul. To transcend a gear to level 4, you need 4 additional gear pieces of the same gear and 400,000 Yul. In summary, to fully transcend a gear, you need 11 pieces of the same gear piece. This is why the LR gear selection chest becomes so good and important to aim for. If you aren't aware, The half anniversary event will give you the option to buy 2 LR selection chest per day. Please do note that such events with this opportunity are rare, so don't let the opportunity to get them to gone into waste. If you are a new player who started during the half anniversary, I would suggest you to prioritize in getting the correct gear set for your mages instead of getting multiple copies for Transcendence. It is important to build a roster than dumping on your resources to a single mage unless that mage is Black Asta. To make your stamina use not going to waste, my suggestion is that you use gear food buff before you use dispatch. If you don't have enough gear food, you can farm the ingredients, specifically the carrots at Bond Patrol stages in World 3, 4, 5, and 6. You can buy these carrots weekly from the World Shop for 1000 Yul each, limited to 10 purchases per shop. If you have joined a level 3 guild with gear buff, you can activate them before you do your dispatch for gear grinding. If you battle in PvP with the same crew of mages, you will most likely lose if your opponent has more gear transcended gear pieces. The reason is because transcending a gear will give you more stats. At the level 4 of the gear transcendence, you will unlock the 5th substat of the gear. So if you have equipped 7 gear pieces of full transcended gears, you will gain access to 35 substats compared to 28 substats if none of the gear are max transcended. Gear farming is one of the most mundane and boring tasks in the game, but it will be most important task to do when you playing this game. The last notable mission is Mission 10, which requires you to get a SSR Mage. To achieve this requirements, you can use either one of the 4 options. The first one is to summon a banner until you get a SSR Mage. This will be subjected to RNG of the gacha rates in the banners. I would recommend to save resources for the upcoming festival mages. If you have SSR Mage summon ticket unused, you can also use them to meet the requirements. You can also use the SSR Mage piece selection chest to get a SSR Mage piece, which also surprisingly meets the requirement. The SSR Mage piece selection chest can be obtained by reaching reputation level 4 in the worlds. Do note that using this chest won't get you mage if you have recruit him or her to your roster. The last method is to rank your SR or R grade mages to SSR. This is the most economical way to do the mission. To rank up a SR Mage to SSR, you need to reach Bond level 1 for your SR Mage and use 4 SR Shared Mage piece to rank up them. Once you met the level 40 requirements, you are able to promote the Mage. To rank up AR Mage to SSR, you need to reach Bond level Bond 1 to upgrade to SR first with 4 R Shared Mage piece. Reach Bond level 4 and invest another 4 more R Shared Mage to upgrade the Mage to SSR. As we frequently have bingo boards, I would suggest you to hold back promote mage and use them for the requirements. So only promote your mages only if you need to use the mage to clear content.